Now, finally, we will be having right here with us this very interesting chat we've been talking about since the start of the show. Nollywood's fastest rising director, who was, well, I think 25 at the time of his directorial debut with Elevator Baby, which was a commercial success, by the way. And he is here with us with 6 nominations for that movie and also a couple others for other movies which we'll be talking about. Let us welcome Akay Mason in the studio. You are welcome, man.
Nice to meet you. Good morning.
Fantastic. Good to meet you, too. You have been doing fantastic work. Let's start from Elevator Baby up until now. We'll be talking about some of your other projects. But I have a very big question. Now, you were 25 at the start. That's when you directed Elevator Baby. And I'm wondering how a young person inside of Nollywood gets to deal with all the superstars, in quote, or perhaps maybe even, and also the egos that go along with working with creative people. How did you manage all of that?
I think the biggest stars on Elevator Baby.
Don't offend anybody.
No, don't offend anybody. Not offend anybody. The biggest stars on Elevator Baby were Tony Abraham and Timney.
Okay.
And working with them was quite fun because they understood that it was my first film. You know, and they saw the opportunity that the scripts, give them as actors. And I told them that I'll give them the license, to be themselves and to become the characters, and I'll guide them when they need me, and we worked together. And I have a great support system at Anthill Studios.
Oh, nice.
My mentor, Niyi Akinmolayan.
Oh, yeah, we had him here last week.
Yeah, he's a great man. So he gave me the confidence that I needed. Right from the table read, the power dynamics was sort of established. The actors knew that I was the director, and they all trusted me to lead them. And yeah, they won 2 MVCAs for Best Actor and Best Actress.
6 nominations, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
6 nominations first, so that's a big deal to get 6 nominations for your movie, and then you won 2 MVCAs.
Yes.
But the one other thing that I'm always wondering is, what's a Nigerian table read like for a movie? Because you have all the stars, then you have to go through the entire movie. Just give me a sense of what that was like.
Well, because of how busy our actors are in Hollywood.
Yeah, how do you get them all in one place?
You hardly get everybody in one place. You're very lucky when you get everybody in one place, but as long as you can get the main, leads, the main actors of your movie, then you can always have crew members, read, but it's something that I learned that is something new, to the industry. It's not something that's been in practice for like 10 years or so, And it's a very essential part. It's where you as a director, you start seeing, the actors on the characters. You start seeing little things here and there. I remember when we did the table read for Elevator Baby, one of Twins' catchphrases in the movie is where she was going, brother, 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 brother.
Yeah.
She did that at the table read. On the script, there were 2 brothers.
Yeah.
But she, at the table read, did like 3, 4 more, and we're like,
that way.
We're keeping that. And you get this little things, and the actors get to feel the energy, and you get to see chemistry, because we don't really have the time to do a lot of chemistry tests.
Okay.
In Hollywood, you get to see that at table read. And
that's fantastic. That's a good input. So at 25, how did you get into directing? Because most people, for a career trajectory, is they started out as actors and then producers, and then eventually become a director. But you just went straight for it, did you? Or
I did not just go straight for it. Okay. So I went to film school when I was like 17, 18. I went to film school in South Africa, Real Edge Film Academy. When I came back, I started working for Mr. Niyi Akinmolayan.
Parents must have been very, very understanding and encouraging to actually push you through at that young age.
No, they were not, because I was in Unilag studying political science.
There you go.
Then
that's where they put you, and then you put yourself somewhere else. Same story, and I understand.
When I got, when I was in Unilag, I was confused as to, what I was doing there, but I knew I wanted to do film. So when I applied for film school and I accepted, I had the confidence to go home and show my parents, I accepted into film school in South Africa. I don't think I'm going to go back here. My parents being MFM, they sent me for Deliverance.
Fire!
But the thing is, I think, it worked because I guess God confirmed it that, that this is what, I should
congratulations, you've come this far. You've come this far from Elevator Baby. You went on to Day of Destiny, which was Nigeria's first time travel movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Now, that was a leap of faith, because it could have either gone one of 2 ways. It could have gone great, it could have gone bad, because Nigerians are not in that. We want drama and deep voice of Yul Edochie and everything. You did not see us when we were poor, that kind of thing. But you went for time travel, and that was Where did you find that courage?
I think it's useful exuberance. You know,
guess,
you feel like, why not? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Who's going to beat us? Yeah. Let's just try it out.
Exactly.
You know,
it worked out good, didn't it?
Yes. You know, you have to, like, fortune favors the brave or the bold. So you have to go for it. You know, you have to go for it. It doesn't matter if it's been done before or not. You know, try it your own way.
Both movies are on Netflix, Elevator Baby and
Elevator Baby and Day of Destiny are both on Netflix.
You also have on Amazon Superstar, which is your latest project.
Yes.
Talk to us about Superstar. What is it about? What's the premise about? Who's on it?
So Superstar is a story about a nobody extra that gets a chance to become this overnight Nollywood sensation. And while she's basking in her fame, you know, secrets from her past come back to haunt her, you know. And we just watch how she goes through trials and tribulations, you know, and it's the story about a dreamer. And one thing about dreamers is that you always see this vision for yourself. And sometimes getting to that vision is not the end goal. You may think that's it, but life still has some things in store for you. And that's something we discover with the character, you know, as we watch the movie.
The character is played by Nancy Sime.
Nancy Sime.
How much of an influence did you have in the casting?
I was involved, you know, right from script and stage because I co-wrote the script with Uyoyo Adia and Chinaza Anuzo. I co-write all my films.
Nice.
You know, and working with, like, when we had the script, we knew that, okay, we needed this type of actresses, you know, somebody that could carry a whole film on her back, you know, and then we saw Nancy at the audition and she was just breathtaking, you know.
So do you cast a role do you write a role for a character in mind, or is it the other way around?
I think as a writer, it's always helpful, especially if you're a writer and a director, it's always helpful when you're writing to picture, you know, faces when you write. But when it comes to the casting process, you have to abandon all of that. Use that imagery as like the bar, you know, and expect every other person to, and be open to what you meet, you know. Nancy wasn't the person I had in mind when I was writing, but we knew like a Nancy type actor, you know, somebody that could carry a film on her back. And when she came in for the audition, from the moment she stepped in, she won the room, you know.
I've known you for a very long time, all of 5 minutes. But if you were going to write a character for this person whom you've just met now, what kind of character would it be? What would you expect that this person, you know, what would be my,
I think I'll need to know a bit more about you.
We've known each other too long now. Just hazard me a guess. What could it be? I mean, let me give you my profile. or better still, maybe someone like MM, for instance. I don't know. MM, what would you cast her as?
No. We're going down, so.
Hey. Now our head will start. We will not hear any word again till the end of this show. Oh, geez, why did I do that? I'm sorry I asked that question, but it's all good. In any case, I'm hoping that we can show a clip or two from Superstar, because it's a very interesting story that I think people, it's out on Amazon right now?
Yes.
Now, that's very interesting. You make a lot of money from Amazon, don't you? Come on now, Akay.
So,
I guess,
I guess
you're about to go around
the perception is,
all do this.
The perception is off.
Really?
You know, perception is off. The people that own the IP, you know, the production houses, you know, the industry hasn't evolved to the stage whereby, you know, a young writer can necessarily own, you know, his or her IP. Wow. Most of the times when you're making these deals, you give it up, you know, to the production company, because they're the ones taking the risk. They're the ones putting in tens of millions.
How do you see this changing in the future? Do you think that we're getting to a place where all your royalties and all your comings would...
I think when our guilds start actually working...
So it's a problem with the guilds then?
It's not necessarily a problem with the guild, it's just a problem with the industry, because the industry lacks structure.
What will it take, apart from the guilds working, the structure, and then what else?
I think everything coming together, you know, we decided to structure our industry properly. You know, although the thing is, the lack of structure actually helped the growth of Nollywood. So it's a tricky thing there.
So you see, this is what I say. I always like to kind of like segment them. There's old Nollywood and then there's new Nollywood.
There's just Nollywood to me.
I know, but the layman here, excuse me, sorry, but that's the way I see it. Yeah. That while Nollywood is strong and you have 1,000 movies in a month, you have new Nollywood that's very, very strategic, and, you know, I'm just going to do this, even if it's one movie in 2 years, we're going to make sure that it's you know. But I see a lot of foreign investments making all the money, and I'm talking about the streaming services now, And I meet a lot of the directors and producers, and I'm like, they're like, yeah, it's not necessarily like that. We're not making that much. And
yeah,
I'm like,
we're not
why
really...
is that? So it's like, it seems, I'm sorry to say, like a rip-off.
No, I wouldn't say that.
They're coming to Africa and they're taking our content and making so much from off of it.
So are they really making so much?
I don't know if you have a deal that we're about to spoil now.
No, the thing is, we have to consider the fact that they're not really making that much from our content because the numbers of subscribers that they get from, you know, outside compared to what they get in South Africa or in, you know, South America, you know, or India, you know, it's
why? How come?
It's our population, though. We need to get people up to speed. The same reason why we can't get 100 million Nigerians to go to the cinemas. Imagine if we get 100 million Nigerians to go watch Nigerian movies at the cinemas. We'll be making a killing.
But how do they see these movies at the end of the day? Because we do see them, and they do talk about them.
We do see them. I know quite a few people that haven't seen Elevator Baby, you know, and they say, "Oh, what is that?" You know, and I have to explain. Oh, this is famous. Do you have Netflix? No, I don't have Netflix. And for me, it's normal to have Netflix, but for someone else, it's a different life.
Wow, very interesting. Tell you what, you couldn't have come this far and not be fed. And I mean, all the way from Nollywood, from when you were 25. This is it. This is that time. We're going to feed you here. This is your award here on the show today. So just hang in there. But in the meantime, let's do this. Let's see that clip from Elevator Baby again. Superstar again, and we'll be back with Akay inside of the kitchen. Perhaps maybe casting MM into one of his movies. Let's check this out.